Trent Way on the outside of the second row. He's going to be looking to put together a solid 40 laps here. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. The drivers can see you and they appreciate your time. As they break formation, you see Ken and Macintosh. First one out there, Michael Pickens spins the wheels on the outside of the front row as well. We're going to go maybe one, possibly two more times around here, get our drivers into formation, and then we're going green for 40 laps of fury here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. The first time we've run a 40 lapper here at the venue. Who's going to be the first winner? Will it be our American visitor, Ken Macintosh? Will it be the 10-time New Zealand champion, Michael Pickens? Or will it be someone else, Marco? Who's your pick?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to look at this. My pick for this one, probably going to come from the front row, I could say that. I'm not too sure who, actually. It's just too close to call, but I'm excited. I'm sure everyone else is excited. No matter where you're watching, get ready. This is action on here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway.
Lights are out, we're green here, out of turn number 4, Ken Macintosh, Michael Pickens, 40 laps, Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway, here we go.
And it is showtime, folks, as Ken Macintosh rides right up against the wheel of Michael Pickens in their first turn. He did not give an inch, and he manages to come out on top. Pickens down low, Macintosh already to the high side in the Langflow Engineering lock-in lap 1 to Cannon.
And so much grip in the back of the One USA as well, up on the rear wheels the whole way through turn number 3 and for that first time by as he heads back to the top side again, bouncing and dancing the front end across the racing surface.
That's right, he's already the fastest car for the 15.091 and over a half a second in front of Michael Pickens. Trent Way slides his car into third place. Further back though, still 2 lines of racing action happening. As you see on screen, Alec Inslee now coming into conversation with Peter Honeybell.
As we can see on screen there, a close battle for about the 6th, 7th and 8th position. Alec Inslee really starting to close the distance from 11th all the way up here into 9th already and looking for more.
Macintosh gone quicker, 14.964. Will he go quicker again? He won't, but he's still got nearly 2 seconds over Michael Pickens from Bixby, Oklahoma, folks. It is the USAC Midget Car Champion leading the 40 lapper here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway.
Remember, such a long way to go here as well. 35 laps remaining on the charts here. So much track development yet to happen. So we can see Pickens, another huge wheel stand down there out of turn number 2, as he is just allowing Macintosh to get away. But one of the things about the surface tonight, it's got so much character. This race is unlikely to go green to checkered. Just as I say that, we have a car upside down. That looks like the 24 of Morgan McHugh parked on his side. And that looks like a decent accident. There's a big smoke cloud down there out of turn number 2. And just as I was saying, it's unlikely to go green to checkered. We look up and McHugh goes for a heck of a ride as we can see his arms moving inside the cockpit there, but there's a sight just of that massive smoke cloud heading up among the lights here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway.
Did you kind of expect that though, Hayden? I believe shots fired already from Cannon. He's going to take this race as quickly as possible. Already shooting out to a 2-second lead over the likes of Michael Pickens. That's impressive right there.
Yeah, decent accident there for Morgan McHugh as well, and that's the area of the racetrack that's probably caused the most amount of trouble there tonight as well. It's just that curb out of turn number 2. So we're going to see what caught the 24 of Morgan McHugh. As you can see on screen there, Brad Moser working through in the 6th position, Worthington as well, and slightly further back, McHugh just up on the right rear, and he goes for a hell of a ride out of turn number 2, all the way down until he comes to a rest against the wall, down about halfway down the back straightaway. So he flipped all the way from the exit of turn number 4 all the way down to about halfway down the straightaway there. So a huge accident for the 24 of Morgan McHugh. Shaken,
not stirred, I'm sure, as he slowly climbed out of that car, but he's okay. Come on, folks, you're down in front of him. Put your hands together for him. Mr. Entertainment, I can see, but as you saw, Hayden, it is the exit of turn 2. There's that slight little character bump, and it has been catching every car out, and unfortunately for Morgan McHugh, it caught him out, and that was a wild ride.
Yeah, one of the main things that we've seen down there out of turn number 2 is drivers like Ken Macintosh and Michael Pickens, when they run the top of the speedway, they can turn down across that bump, and they don't actually have to lean on that curb, and they're unlikely to get caught out the way that Morgan McHugh just did there. Because as he runs the bottom, you kind of slide up into the curb, and that's what we can see here. So this is full speed. We just see he's parked up on that right rear out of turn number 2. And I mean,
was that Alec Isley that managed to sneak underneath him?
I think so. You see Terence Durrell sneak across the wall there as well. So all 3 of them were racing so closely down in turn number 1 and 2. But yeah, just as I was saying, across when you run the bottom, you're sliding up and you're waiting for something to grab. And often as a midget driver, you try to grab any piece of moisture there is. So if you lean on that, it might work well a few times, but it will grab you every now and then as well. And so with drivers like Cannon, Michael, even maybe Trent running up above that stuff, and you can turn down over that curb, it means it doesn't grab the right rear. You kind of drive down over it and it just kind of takes the risk out of it.
Still a lot of racing to go, only 5 laps completed in the books, so 35 still to go here, Hayden. It's still a long way for cars to be able to make their way forward. Though Cannon didn't give them any opportunity in their first run, shot out the gate. 14.840 was his fastest time, and that was actually lap 5 as we go green here at Auckland Speedway.
Cannon's going to lead them away. Pickens maybe not as patient this time. Heads to the bottom side of the speedway. Looks for an exit slider. Not going to be able to get there as Cannon's going to hold on out of turn 2.
Wow, what impressive stuff though as they both cross over each other in turns 1 and 2. Cannon looking way more impressive through 3 and 4 though as he goes down already. The gap is 0.7 seconds, folks.
Trent heads to the bottom. Flat wheels with Michael Pickens as Pickens drives down the speedway. That allows Ben Morgan into the conversation, and Ben Morgan moves in himself onto that final podium spot.
Very impressive run from Trent Way. Unfortunately, the door just closed on him with nowhere to go. That sort of hooked him up. Now he's back into 4th and having to challenge Ben Morgan. As they do that, though, out the front, Cannon Macintosh is running away with this one. The gap for him now between him and Pickens is currently 1.369.
Yeah, Hayden Williams on screen there, heads to the cushion down in turn number 1 and 2, drives around that curb out of turn number 2, heads to the outside, drag race down into turn number 3, and Hayden's looking for a podium spot here.
Actually, Trent Way, very impressive as he gets that number 9 car now into 3rd and back on the podium. That's two-way motorsport cars now in the top 3. Michael Pickens to separate the difference as they come down here. Here we are watching Trent Way and Hayden Williams. Oh, the Langley Engineering number 9 of Way on form tonight.
Yeah, Way heads to the top side down there in turn number 1 and 2. Hayden just slightly higher on the speedway. Trent Way, a great run through 1 and 2 that last time by as the lead is sticking about the same every lap. They're about matching every lap, a 1.1. Actually, last time by, Michael Pickens was slightly faster than Cannon Macintosh with 29 to go.
Well, the Rocket Man now starting to come through. He's past Ben Morgan as well, so is Hayden Williams. Wheels are plenty. As you got there's Ben Morgan and the Total Access car of Brad Mosen on screen now. They are currently sitting in around the 4th, 5th position. That's where that battle is. But on screen, we've got none other than your leaders, folks, of the charge here. Macintosh, Pickens, your fastest with an 8.27.
Yeah, Pickens faster again last time by, so he's continuing to eat into that lead. It's under a second now. We might have a race to the lead in just a few laps here, is it? In no time, these guys are going to be catching lap traffic as Pickens right up on the right rear, pulls a massive wheel stand out of turn number 4 and starts to close that gap again.
Look, both of these guys have both got the same line. That's what they're running. That's why they're out in front at the moment with a huge gap. But Trent Way, Hayden, is starting to come on as well in the 9A. But watch these 3 cars. There's Cannon down into that corner now. He'll go high and wide and slingshot straight through or cross it over. As you can see now, he's going through lap traffic. Oh! Pushing it right to the limits as he comes through 3 and 4.
And Macintosh works Ben Vaughan and wastes no time on dealing with him there. His next car in line, CJ Wilson down there out of turn number 2. Those 2 race extremely close. Wheel stand out of the One USA and a short slider as he nails the bottom down here in turn number 3 and 4 as Pickens just gets checked up a little bit slightly in behind as he deals with Ben Vaughan.
Like a textbook move, that diamonding out of turns 1 and 2, they just got it perfect. It's smooth. He comes down that back straight, all speed, wheels on the ground this time by under that full moon, folks. Natalia, the boy from Bixby, Oklahoma, leading the charge here in Auckland.
Yeah, Pickens a slider on CJ Wilson, actually nails the bottom, shoves the nose, and that mistake there is going to allow Cannon to continue to peel away as your race leader. Next car in line for Cannon Macintosh will be the 73 of Carlos Stone.
The gap is starting to widen. In fact, it is now 2.1 seconds from Pickens to Macintosh. So he's looking good, comfortable. Brad Mosen here on screen at the moment has moved up into 4th place. Looking for a podium as the Rocket Man from the Greenway Stables. That is Brad Mosen.
Yeah, a couple of those guys further back, Hayden Williams and Brad Mosen, both hoping for a yellow flag, but someone more important than them, Michael Pickens, is demanding a yellow to close that gap again, as we are checking out to well over 2 seconds of a race lead. But look at how busy the lap traffic is about to be in front of Canon Macintosh.
That's right, busy lap traffic means that something's going to happen here. It's going to come into play as he makes his way through. What will he do? Can he still diamond off turns 1 and 2? He's going to go low instead. Throws it straight underneath. Have a look. Great battle with him and Terence Durrell. And straight into the front of him is Canon Macintosh. He's going to be absolutely hard to beat from here.
Yeah, puts 2 cars between himself and Michael Pickens as well. So 2 lap cars blocking Canon Macintosh, as he's now 1.7 seconds ahead of Pickens. Pickens gets checked up as well by Carlos Stokes, and it's flat wheels. Peter Honeybell out of the way down here out of turn number 4, and that's another lap car down.
Absolutely. What's the nose for in front of the Midget Hater, just to give them a slight tap out of the way? He is coming through. Canon Macintosh, the speeds that he is putting on this track, knocking each lap off. Lap 19 was as fast as 14.819.
Last time by Canon, quickest car on track once again, a 2.8-second race lead as he deals to the outside of Jaden Worthington. As you can see on screen, just sweeps to the outside. Next car after him will be Alec Inslee. As you can see, Pickens just struggling to deal with the 39 of Peter Honeybell and really struggling to make any kind of indent on Canon Macintosh.
Look, Trent Wade's just keeping a very clean and tidy race. It is impressive for the Langlo Engineering number 9A. There he is, the guy he's chasing, no none other than 10 times New Zealand champion. That is Michael Pickens. Wade's actually coming into the conversation quickly. Is he starting to close it up on Michael Pickens? That's the question we need to check out.
Well, he took half a second out of Pickens that last time by one. We might be running just a little bit late with just 12 laps to go here as Canon heads to the inside of Alec Inslee as they run side by side down the back straightaway. Inslee fighting to stay on the lead lap. Macintosh trying to put another car between himself and Michael Pickens.
Now, when did you think that Alec Inslee was going to get put a lap down in the 40 lapper? You wouldn't. And here he is, just about to get done, and it is done. Lock it in. Canon Macintosh now puts another car on top, drive it down. Macintosh, your fastest car, your quickest car. At the moment, the boy from Bixby, Oklahoma, setting the charge here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway.
Yeah, torrent pace set out in front by Canon Macintosh. His last time by 2.9 seconds. What's your race lead? As every time he catches lap traffic, I think it's going to get interesting, and he deals with them so quickly as the next one in line will be CJ Wilson.
Yeah, 10 laps make that 9 laps remaining here in the big 40 here at Auckland Speedway. As Macintosh slightly moves around, he'll have CJ Wilson next to deal with. Further back though, Michael Pickens dealing with lap traffic as well in the form of Jaden Worthington. Pickens will take the outside around turns 1 and 2. Winds that rubber band, doesn't get the run though. Hayden, he tried to come underneath him.
Cannon once again quickest car on track, but someone who's matching him for pace is actually his teammate Trent Way. As we mentioned, Way was just starting to eat into that lead of Michael Pickens over him for that 2nd and 3rd position, but no doubt about your race leader with just 6 laps to go this time by Cannon with a 4.5 second race lead.
Cannon is absolutely on fire here with 6 laps remaining. He's just going to sit pretty. Now he's about to lap none other than the 45C of Ben Morgan, who currently sits in 6th place. Are we going to see him lap the entire field, Hayden? If anyone can do it, it's the boy from Bixby.
Yeah, he's really starting to peel through them here. You have to consider Ben Morgan started on the inside of the 2nd row as well. So just 1 position behind Cannon, and Cannon's pace has just been lethal as he heads to the inside, down into turn number 1 and 2. As you can see, Inslee there working through the fluff. Michael Pickens slightly further back, and it's a 5-second advantage for Cannon.
Look, get the feature winner sign ready, start the handwriting and sign that check. With 3 laps remaining, it's going to be very difficult now for anyone to catch the current USAC Midget car champion. This guy, Michael Pickens, though, is going to try, but out the front, the Langlo Engineering 1 USA of Canon Macintosh with 3 laps remaining.
And Macintosh actually starting to close the distance on Carlos Stokes to put him a 2nd lap down, and then a straightaway in front of him is Hayden Williams, who's actually your 5th place car. So the pace for Macintosh as we come to 1 lap to go here for the Midget 40 lapper at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. Macintosh heads to the outside down there in turn number 1 and 2. Looks for a crossover, just patient down the back straightaway to the outside of Carlos Stone. He came, he's battled rainouts, he battled a bicycle on the opening night at Bay Park Speedway, but he battles nothing tonight. Canon Macintosh takes the 40 lapper. Michael Pickens closes the distance just a little bit to a 2.2 advantage on that final lap time there, but a dominant drive there as Canon Macintosh destroys the field at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. Trent Way rounding out your podium there as well, so a great drive from Trent Way as we see those results on screen. Canon Macintosh, your race winner here tonight, with Michael Pickens 2.7 seconds the difference back to second place, with Trent Way rounding out your podium. Brad Mosen there in 4th position and Hayden Williams in 5th, and then Cannon lapped everyone up to the 5th position there. So as you can see, just a lethal pace by the One USA, and he's going to leave a lot of these Kiwis scratching their head on where to find some pace.
Absolutely, and these guys, you should be very impressed. Come on, folks. If you're here in the crowd, put your hands together for him. You just saw why he is the current USAC champion, and Hayden, what a drive. Lock it in, your 40-lap winner for the first time ever here at Lucas Oil Speedway will be none other than the boy from Bixby, Oklahoma, your USAC champion, Canon Macintosh.
He's going to make his way around turn number 3 and 4 here and pull his way into victory lane. Make sure you get nice and loud for him as he gets up on top of the One USA, the current USAC national champion and our new 40-lap winner here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. He can see you, ladies and gentlemen. He's giving you a wave. Make sure you get nice and loud for him when he gets up on top of the cage down there in victory lane.
Obviously used to doing 50 laps after a race win, but how impressive was that, Hayden?
Yeah, that was next level dominant. To get out to over a 5-second advantage there was he was pretty much untouchable. I mean, that gap only decreased right at the end as he got deep into lap traffic as well and really tore the pace back. But we're going to hand this one over to Nick Brown, down there in victory lane as he's going to get up for Canon Macintosh.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. What a race! 40 laps around the park here at Lucas Oil Waikanaka Speedway. Needs a hand. Look at this. All the way from the States. Only had the one run right up until this. Michael Pickens getting ready to run into the sprint car, running second. But almost out of the first one. Out of the first corner, this man, Canon Macintosh, USAC champion, and now the 40-lap champion at Lucas Oil Speedway. Give him a huge round of applause. He's going to get the sponsor's cap on. My pleasure to give you that. Canon, that was a masterclass in racing. That was astonishing.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't driven a race car in a little bit. I was a little worn out. That was hooked up racetrack. You know, this whole track crew, Glenn, everybody killed it. You know, they've had a lot of rain, and this track was awesome tonight. I mean, it was really racy. You could run from the back in the heat races, and just anywhere you wanted to go, you could make it happen. So just hats off to this whole way motorsport crew. Kaz is on the wrenches, just killing it. Good to be back with him, working with him. And yeah, I'm just thankful for this opportunity to drive this fast race car. And yeah, just these guys work really hard, and it's pretty cool to be here.
Michael Pickens coming in second. Trent Way, your teammate, coming in third. Astonishing performance by all you three guys. It was great out there. But anywhere you wanted to run, you could run. Traffic was not a problem.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that was the debrief between Kaz and I after the heat, and then kind of watching the way the track developed, kind of giving my opinion on what would make me more comfortable, and he went to work, and yeah, he made really good changes there. Still not as right where we want to be, but we're a lot closer, and yeah, just a really good piece there. Just big thanks to Jason and Trent for allowing me to come out here and do this. Obviously, a really good run for Trent in third there. You know, he's been really close to these wins, so lots of speed out of these race cars. It's clear. So yeah, just hard work. These guys put in nonstop in the shop. Really just Trent, he does it most of himself in the shop, and then they have an awesome crew that comes in on race day to help out. Yeah, just super thankful. My family watching back at home. I got to thank the Lord above for putting me in this position, and yeah, just very grateful right now.
And ready to do it again tomorrow for 50 laps?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, I won't say the word, but hopefully the weather holds off.